Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know I'm going live. I did not schedule this, so what I'm going to do is just speak, and then whoever catches the video, may they catch it. This video is basically about dream big, but dream smart. Again, I want to say dream big, but dream smart. There is nothing in this world that anyone can teach you that you don't already know. What do I mean by that? Unless information is new in our society or new and it hasn't been written in a book or it hasn't been expressed through another human being or it's just things you never heard of before because you haven't heard of it. There's nothing really new. And so what I want to say today is most of the time people say dream big, write out all your stuff on boards and, express all your ideas and the universe will do this for you and do that for you. We all know that sometimes we should go the opposite of conventional so-called wisdom. So I am here to remind you to dream, but dream smart. And not only dream big, but dream smart. So that's my topic for today. Dream big, but dream smart. And what I want to talk to you about today is and how I relate that particular message. I relate it to do what you need to do now. Not when you write a will, not when you right before you get ready to die, or all these different things that people tell you to do to prepare so when you gone everything will be in place. I don't know if you've been watching the world and the world events and everything that's just going on, not only in our society, but also abroad. And just in case you haven't been paying attention, our world is a teacher. Our world is full of wisdom and it teaches us through and through, day and night. It is so true. I'm not talking about people playing tricks with their spirit and energy in the world and turning flips and trying to trick your mind and deceive your mind and mold your mind into what they think that you should be learning. I'm not talking about that. I'm literally talking about your spirit basically paying attention to what you are designed to learn for your journey. Just in case you haven't noticed that a lot of people think that when I build something in this universe, whether it's a real estate firm or whether it's a company or when I'm gone, I want to set these things up for my family and I want to do this and I want to do that. What you fail to realize is that you have no control when you're gone. Absolutely no control. That's why it's very, very important and it's very, very pertinent that when you are here, you do everything that you want to do, that you desire to do. You have no control over a will. You have no control when you are gone. And just in case you haven't paid attention to life's events, people fight in courts over money, over possessions, and over things. Just in case you haven't paid attention, I'll give you an example of a famous person, and then I'll give you an example of a person that's not famous. Because a lot of times we get caught up in famous people. We get caught up in people in whom we believe that do big things, For those of us who are wiser, we're not caught up in the illusion of that. But for people who are just really flabbergasted by those things, I like to give those examples. So I'll give Kobe Bryant as an example. Kobe Bryant gave 20 years, probably more, but anyway, 20 years of his life to sports, to the LA Lakers, to sports. And he really gave a lot and he gave his all and his energy and he worked very, very hard and to become who he wanted to be in his eye, this all-time player, right? Star player. So he did that. And unbeknownst to everybody, just out of the freak, all of a sudden he was terminated. His life was terminated. Again, when you watch the media, no one ever said it was an accident. Everybody said he was killed. It was incantated over and over and over and over. He was killed. He was killed. He was killed. He was killed. So we know that his life was cut short. We know that through wisdom. We know that through understanding. For those of us who have paid attention. So while he was in the sky, his life was cut short. But what happened after his life cut short? We all know that he was set up with possessions and money and finances and wheels and insurances and all this kind of stuff. But just as quick as he died, if you was not paying attention, just as quick as his name was taken off of a school that he was a part of in helping to build in this universe for young people who wanted to be in sports and who looked up to him and to other players, and not only his daughter, but other people that they had in the making, right? So again, you have no control when you are gone. That's why it's very important to do everything you are designed to do. You're thinking, I'm going to leave this legacy. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. The truth is, how many people are talking about Kobe Bryant at this time right now? Not many, right? So again, and who's talking about his name that was on that school that was taken off just that fast? Nobody, right? So again, it's very important that because you don't know when you're going to check out. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you are aware when you're going to check out. Sometimes you're not. But it's very, very important to do all that you're going to do while you're here. That's what I mean by dream big, but dream smart. I'll give you another example of an everyday average person. I know them personally. That person, I can call their name because you don't personally know who they are, but that person's name is Lisa. I've been knowing that person for years. I mean, really years. Since their child was a little boy, that person is an adult now. Lisa spent about 10 or 15 years. I remember when she got the job working for the hospital, and she worked years. I remember, this girl getting up, her baby boy young, and day in and day out, she worked hard on this job. And when she left the job, she had benefits that were due her in the form of monetary. They were, in a retirement, in a package or whatever, but she was able to transpose that into monetary, into financial means. So when that was within her bank, within Wells Fargo, what ended up happening is that just that fast, it was stolen from her, all because someone pretended to be a company and she was ordering something. And just that fast, in the business of her life, she's at work at another job, but in the business of her life, she got defrauded. So she's thinking that she's ordering something, and she gave the information. You know how we order stuff online all the time, but your stuff is locked up in your account, right? And not recognizing that some company poised to be another company defrauded. And she didn't recognize it at first. And when she found out, Wells Fargo said they would not give her money back. Mind you, that was all of the money that she had worked for over the 15, 20 years that she was there. I wouldn't say 20, I would say about 10 to 15 years. Because her son is an adult now. And I remember him being a young boy. So that's how long she had worked there. And just that fast. See, you have to dream big, but you have to dream smart. Just that fast, all of her money was taken. All of it. She ended up going homeless. She ended up, she did get another job. She did build herself back up. She did get her a little duplex or whatever, something that she's renting. But just that fast, you work hard, you accumulate. You understand what I'm saying? You invest, you accumulate. But just that fast, it can be stolen from you. I've heard plenty of people say very wicked things out of their mouth. When I say wicked, I mean wicked. I heard a young boy say one time that if a person is dead, what they going to do about their copyrights then? And instead of me retaliating against him and reacting toward him, it made me go into deep mode. It made me think. And it made me think about all of the copyrights and music rights and all of the different things that people are fighting over in this earth today. And it's very, very important to understand when you're gone, I don't care how many wheels you write up. I don't care how many things that you put together, that you think that when I'm gone, I did everything and I put everything in place and I'm in control. That's not true. That's not true. You're absolutely not in control. That's why it's very important to dream big and to dream smart and to do everything that your heart's desire while you're here. Whatever you're going to give while you're here. Whatever you're going to build while you're here. Whatever you're going to do while you're here. Because what we fail to realize is when you don't have, some people don't have a very solid structure. They have great talent, they have great ideas, but they don't necessarily have a solid structure. What do I mean by solid structure? A solid structure, like if you had a good family and a very steadfast family, but they have to have a solid structure, right? Some wisdom, some knowledge, some understanding. If not, they would get got in this game. Do you understand that? So you can build something, but it doesn't matter when they don't have the education, when they don't have the wisdom, and you think you willing something. Sometimes you think you're in control with a will or with these paperworks and contracts. And when you're gone, sorry, like you have no control. And if you notice people who work so hard, all these people who have worked 20 years and 15 years, and all of a sudden they're made to be sick and their fortunes are stolen, or either they don't have control of their fortunes or over their things that they built, and people step in and are made their beneficiaries, people that they don't even like, family members they don't even like or don't even get along with. They make them step in and say, oh, they're going to be in control of your assets. So I'm going to let you take this message any way you want to take this message. It is wise to, if you have a family that is smart, to build something to, pass along to them. If they're smart and if they understand, I'm not talking about educated in the college way. I'm talking about if they understand the value of things. But you have to even be careful with family. Family can even rob you. So it's very important to be in tune with your own spirit. And whatever you do in this lifetime, I'm serious about this. Dream big. There's nothing wrong with dreaming big. There's nothing wrong if you want to be a millionaire to be a millionaire. There's nothing wrong with none of the desires of your heart as long as they're good. All that wicked stuff, no, I just not in agreement with that. But there's nothing wrong with great things when you have a mindset for good. But you have to understand that a lot of people talking about God in control, God in control, God in control. You're being manipulated with that. That is people in control trying to play God in control and trying to gear you the way that they want to gear you. That's why it's very, very important that whatever you do while you're here. You don't put all your money in a wheel and wheel it up. To me, that's foolish too. A lot of people think it's foolish to spend up all your money and to leave nothing. It's also foolish to will up all your money and to think that your will is in control. It's not. And if you haven't paid attention to our society and how people fight and what goes on and the decisions that are made and how people step in and take possession of things, then you really haven't been paying attention. So it's very important while you here, you do with your money, what you want to do with your money while you're here. So wherever your life is in your lifetime, you saying, I'm doing this while I'm here. I'm giving through this foundation while I'm here. Even if you building your own foundation, but you're doing it while you're here. So you get to see in real time what's happening with your resources, what's happening with your things. I like the one thing that Oprah said. Oprah said, I don't give to everything. A lot of people, they talk about Oprah, but Oprah made some smart decisions while she was here too. She said, I don't give to everything. I don't support everything. She said, I do the things that I choose to do toward, which is true. You're sitting up thinking you're going to make this big fat wheel, and then when you gone, your wheel is in control. So you're sadly mistaken. It doesn't work like that. I know they teach us it do, but it don't. And if you're not paying attention to society, paying attention to theft, spiritual theft on so many different levels, then you're going to kind of like be caught up in the delusion of all that stuff. So that's what I mean by while you here, whether you're working for corporate America, whether you have a business or whatever you're doing, dream big, but dream smart. You understand that? Whatever your resources is. It's good to have a savings. It's good to have, all these kind of things. And it's even good to have a will. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is know that you're not in control of that will when you're gone. You're not in control of that contract when you're gone. Because there's nothing more than contracts when you're gone. Trust me, you're not. And people going to do whatever the heck they want to do, especially when you're not here. They do it when you're here. How much more they do it when you're not here. So that's my encouragement to you today, to don't let your resources sit up and I'm gonna wield this, I'm gonna wield this, I'm gonna wield this, I'm gonna own this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do. No, you're building for somebody else, honey. Because when you're gone, you're gone. Think about that. And you have no control. So try to do everything you can when you're here. Not in a will, not in a contract. Oh, I'm gonna write this, I'm gonna write because this going here and that's going here. This, of course, don't work. Like, people don't work like that. Just in case you haven't been paying attention, it doesn't work like that. Don't believe the hoopla. So be a smart investor while you're here. Be a smart business person while you're here. Be a smart dreamer while you're here. Because it just as easily as you work so hard. That's why I gave two examples. One, somebody was gone. And one, somebody famous. And just how fast people can step in and do this and do that and do that, and you have no control. Even though you write up all these contracts and you do all these things. One I gave of an everyday average person that I personally know, who worked very, very hard, saved up all their stuff, invested all their stuff, and in a flash, somebody took it. So again, do what you do while you're here. It's very important to do that. So when you're gone, whatever you do have left when you're gone, you're hoping that people do right by. You hoping that your will is obeyed. But as you can see in our society, 9 times out of 10 is not. Sorry. Unless you got some real good, fighters in your family that really care and solid things in place or solid, 9 times out of 10, it don't work that way. People come in, and what you built, they come in and easily possess and plunder just like that. So again, that's my encouragement and my wisdom to you today, in this big old fat world of corporate America. Because, America is a corporation. No matter if you got your own business or not, it's still a corporation. And you have to abide by the corporate rules and our society. But dream big, dream smart. Have a great day.